y'all. So these are just some examples of what maintaining good buffer space looks like and what happens when you don't do that. So in this first clip, the woman in white is guarding the woman in dark. So the woman in dark is starting a little bit over on the break side, actually pretty on the break side. And so she's trying to cut over to the open side. So because she starts very, very tight, yes, she pressures that deep fairly well, but expends a good amount of energy doing that. And then opens up a pretty easy under. Again, in the second clip, let's watch the woman in white who's playing defense on number 7 here. So she does a really good job of absorbing that cut here on the open side and staying close to her. As the disc moves as well, she's staying tight on her when the woman in dark is cutting into dangerous spaces. But then here, once she's no longer in dangerous space, she could take a few steps off over to the open side, because once this handler gets it up line, she's kind of already beat to that open space. So here we're going to watch number 22. He does a really good job of maintaining his buffer space when his person's not in a dangerous position. So we can't really see where the person is right now because he's off stage or off camera. So here his person's all the way on the break side, and there's no way that they're going to be able to get around like 2-3 bodies in the way. So he gives a fair amount of buffer, follows him, pressures that out cut, and when he comes under, the disc is all the way on the opposite sideline, and so he gives a little more space, because once this person cuts in to cut over to the open side, he absorbs that cut, pressures it, and then releases him over to the break side and stops that cut from happening. So these are just some examples of airplaning in order to stop a break throw from happening. Again, once we've been broken. So a break throw goes over to the break side, and instead of going right to his person to put a mark on, he airplanes out into that space to stop a break throw from gaining yards downfield. So again, he airplanes out over. Same thing happens here. She airplanes out into that space to stop that break throw, forces an inside that is gobbled up by the defense. And this is just a pretty fun clip here of Darkside using their resets in the handler space here in order to generate offense and then score. I think it's really interesting. It's really cool. It's just a string of like small ball clips strung together that also utilizes some of the same resets that we have.